My name is David Tran, and this is LuxTV, shedding and spreading light for the chiropractic student. We have chiropractor Dr. Jamie Richards in London, Ontario, Canada. He is the CEO of Life by Design, owner of Cafe of Life Chiropractic Studio, Richards Family Chiropractic, West London CrossFit, and host of the radio show Life by Design. Dr. Jamie, welcome to LuxTV.
Dave, how are you today? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm great. So let's get straight to it. What is third paradigm chiropractic?
Well, Dave, third paradigm chiropractic is something that was first coined, at least in my understanding, by Dr. Reggie Gold. So one of my mentors, and I hope one of the mentors for all the students who are listening in. Obviously, if you haven't listened to Reggie Gold, then you need to go back and get the old audios and read everything you can get your hands on from Dr. Reggie. And Reggie talked about the three paradigms of chiropractic, in a nutshell, this idea that first and second paradigm chiropractic were really about treating conditions. They're really about treating symptoms. And the interesting thing is he doesn't differentiate between subluxation-based and specifically musculoskeletal therapies. A lot of times the chiropractic profession splits themselves up into subluxation-based on one hand, and then people who treat conditions on the other hand. And what Reggie made us understand is that if you're treating conditions through the correction of subluxation, you're still treating conditions. So, Mrs. Jones, I know the cause of your sciatica, it's subluxation. I'm going to correct the subluxation. Your sciatica is going to go away. That's no different than treating that condition by saying, Mrs. Jones, you have sciatica. I'm going to use, IFC or muscle stim or whatever these are the therapies are. It's still a therapy. And that's the second paradigm chiropractic. And a lot of chiropractors fall into that. Third paradigm is really the chiropractic that we practice on each other. It's the chiropractic that we practice on our families. It's the simple principle that every single human being is better off with a clear nervous system. That means, whether you're a baby or whether you're 100, whether you have no symptom or a symptom, you're better off under chiropractic care with a subluxation-free spine and optimally functioning nervous system.
Yeah, and that's perfect. See, and that's going to be something that the students will have to encounter when we enter student clinic, because even though we are in chiropractic school, a lot of the student clinics are actually practicing second paradigm chiropractic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, most chiropractors, even some of the great chiropractors, are still practicing second paradigm. And something that we're trying to champion at Life by Design is the resurgence of third paradigm chiropractic in a contemporary model. And that's something that I think, the world needs, obviously, and we need to package that in a way that is attractive to people and speaks to what their values are.
Yeah. And with third paradigm chiropractic, there's a way of speaking about it. And in your Life by Design offices, there's a special lexicon or language used. Can you explain why this is important?
David, one of the things that people do when they try and discount chiropractic, or really when they try and, if you look back through the history of any profession, one of the first things that happens is a change in lexicon. So if you have a specific lexicon that's unique and special to your profession or your field, if someone's trying to take over that or suppress that, oftentimes they try and change the lexicon because it changes what you're about. So having your own lexicon is important, and people will say, well, it's not important if I say, subluxation versus joint dysfunction, or, worse, adjustment versus manipulation. These are just the same things. They're interchangeable, but they're not interchangeable. Our lexicon is absolutely vital to not just our survival, but for us to thrive in this culture, in this environment. When people come into my office, I tell them there's two swear words. One is treatment, and the other is the C word. And I can't even say it because it makes me feel so uncomfortable. People will see you differently when you have your own language, your own lexicon, and it detaches them, David, from whatever they thought you were doing before, or whatever they thought chiropractic was before, because it's this whole new realm for them. It's this whole new, almost a whole new, dictionary for them to understand. So it creates space for them to have a brand new meaning on everything that you're teaching them.
Yeah, and that's something that all the students definitely need to learn if they want to practice third paradigm chiropractic in their in the students. So, and lastly, what is the greatest advice you could give to our student viewers?
Well, each one of these kind of lends itself to the next, and it's no different with this last question, David. It really is about communication and certainty. Those are the two things. You probably heard them over and over and over again, and I know when we're in school, we spend a lot of time on the ologies, and those things have value for sure. And understanding the amazing nature of how the body runs and functions, that's a vital step for every single student. The second part of that is then people often get into the principles of the philosophy of chiropractic and spend a lot of time on that. And again, that's important. But you know what? Again, as important as it is, what you need to be able to do is take that information that you're learning and be able to communicate it to somebody. Because when a layperson comes to see you, how are you going to take all of this data, all of these philosophical ideas, and blend them into one simple communication that can happen in 30 seconds or a minute, either visit to visit, or maybe a slightly extended in a first visit, or maybe even more extended in a report? You have to be able to communicate these things, and as you gain that confidence through your lexicon, you're going to gain certainty. And Nathaniel Brennan said, authority is brief. And there's just something powerful about that. People looking at you as the expert, and that really is the model that we create in Life by Design, is taking this third paradigm chiropractic, creating a lexicon and a model around it, and then becoming certain and be able to communicate that in a very powerful way. So, we were talking earlier, that's what we do, that's what we're doing with Life by Design. We have a huge event, David, in September. I know you and I were talking about this before, and people have been asking us, when are we going to actually get out there doing programs and seminars, and it's happening, so we're excited. So it's going to be in September in London, Ontario, Canada. So if you want to come up to Canada in September, it's going to be beautiful in the fall. And you can go to bestlifeconever.com to get information about the registration, David.
Yeah, and I'll definitely put the link in the comments below. So thank you so much. That is some great advice. If you want more information or want to connect with Dr. Jamie directly, I'll put all of his information in the links below. Every week I upload a new interview with another giant in chiropractic. If you like this video, please share it with your classmates, and please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. My name is David Tran, and this is LuxTV, shedding and spreading light for the chiropractic student.